Anyway, who the hell's starting week 1 for you?
I think it's Bo Nix, unless something horrible happens in the preseason.
You think they're just going to throw him right out there?
Yeah. You're not throwing that guy out there. He's taken 100,000 snaps as a starting quarterback. More snaps than any college football quarterback ever. So, like, there's no reason to be like, this guy needs more time to learn. He has learned. He's picking up the playbook quickly. If you listen to one Peyton Manning, who is also still very involved with the Broncos, he is a firm believer in playing your rookie quarterbacks. I just think, like, the only reason Bo Nix doesn't start week 1 is if, like, he in the preseason shows like he doesn't understand the playbook. Like, that's the only thing that's going to stop it. And you get no benefit from starting any of the other guys. Unless, like, if the preseason Zach Wilson looks like a god out there. And I mean, he already looks like one. Unless he plays like a god out there. Mm-hmm. Bo Nix will start week 1. This roster for me is so tricky. Like, as a fan, I'm trying to separate, like, how I would look at this if it were your team versus how I look at it as my team.
Yeah.
Because as a Broncos fan, I'm like, look, Troy Franklin, he's going to hook up with Bo Nix. They're going to fucking tear it up, those two guys. Cortland Sutton made Russell Wilson last year.
True.
There's Bo Nix's security blanket. Javonte Williams wasn't his best season last year, but he came back from a horrific knee injury. Like, his knee injury was worse than we thought. He is going to be back to form. Audric Estime, punishing running back. This guy plus Javonte, they are going to brutalize opposing defenses. They are going to wear their asses out behind an underrated offensive line. Then we get John Franklin Myers over from the Jets, a steal. We didn't need to make splash moves in free agency because we got a huge move in the draft by bringing JFM in. Patrick Surtain, also the best corner in the league. After that, even as a fan, I got a lot of questions. Alex Singleton, love him, but what's our linebacking core? Baron Browning he is a very good pass rusher, but we need to see it consistently for a full season. Underrated, Jonathan Cooper. Jaquan McMillan had a nice rookie season. Kind of came out of nowhere. But it's like, I'm not sold on anything.
Yeah.
Is that because I've just been beaten down by this team for the last 7 years?
Be true. Yeah.
It's, there's, I don't know, man. Everything comes down to Bo Nix. This team outside of Surtain doesn't feel like it has any stars. You know what I mean? There's no, like, allure.
Yeah. I hope Sutton just continues to light it up.
I do too. Like, and that's the thing. We got Sutton. He's really good. Tim Patrick, we've been rooting for 2 back-to-back seasons of season-ending injuries. Like, there's a lot of good dudes here. Hey, maybe Justin Simmons out there somewhere. Let's bring him back. But, like, I don't know, man. This roster to me, it feels like we've stripped it down.
Yes.
Now we got to build it back up slowly.
Exactly. I think what is going to be the make or break is if your O-line is good. If your O-line is good, because, like, I remember talking to you last year too, and, like, there was legit hype about Javonte Williams. It was like, okay, like, this is going to be really, really good. And the season just didn't. The whole offense did not perform the way you thought they would. Estime's cool. Like, I talked to him at the draft too. Like, he's going to destroy people. I'm excited to see him play. Yeah, you have similar run styles for, like, all 3 of your guys that you kind of have there. Which is
these first 3 are just like, we're gonna punch you in the mouth.
Yeah, we're literally just gonna continue to punch you in the face, right?
It's the interesting thing, like, because Jaleel McLaughlin also flashed for the Broncos. They draft Estime. They've paid P. Ryan. Like, I feel like one of these guys they're not going to keep 4 running backs on the active roster. I wouldn't imagine. So I don't know what they do there. That's like one position group they're going to have a tough decision to make. Mm-hmm. But their line's good. It was good last year, but we had a veteran quarterback who doesn't know how to not take sacks. Like, Bo Nix should be the opposite of that. Get rid of the ball quickly. Make quick decisions. That's going to help an already decent line. So
Yeah, I mean, again, there's just question marks. You bring in a rookie quarterback, like you said. I think you strip down the roster for parts for most of it, and
Yeah.
now it's about building it back up. And like you can identify, like, hey, maybe Troy Franklin is gonna be good, or maybe Tim
Yeah.
Patrick is gonna like bounce back and be, maybe Josh Reynolds is gonna flash, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential. I just think that you're in this spot similar to the Chargers, without the franchise quarterback, at least that you know of yet,
Yeah.
without that. And like, yeah, it's just going to be a learning curve and just trying to figure it out this season. Like, you're kind of just like throwing your hands up and going, listen,
Yeah.
we're still like recovering from the whole Russell Wilson debacle. This is going to be our year. We're going to see who's like ready to carry over to next season. And if they're competitive, awesome. If not,
Yeah. What we're going to see, like, obviously, like, if Bo Nix sucks, then we're not going to see this at all. And I don't think he's going to suck. I don't know if he'll be great this year, but like, there's talented dudes. Marvin Mims is talented. Don't you even fucking think about it. Marvin Mims is talented. Troy Franklin, one of those two guys should emerge as a very good wide receiver. But until we see that, like, you can't bet on it, right? Lucas Kroll, okay? Nobody outside of Broncos country knows who the hell Kroll is. But last year, in very limited snaps, he looked way better than any of our other receiving tight ends. Adam Troutman, God bless him, is just slow. He is just, Will Keys and I had a running joke, like, will we ever see Adam Troutman break a tackle? And he finally did, and it was glorious. Greg Dulcich can't stay healthy. So maybe a guy like Lucas Kroll kind of emerges. Like, this season's like about finding some of your hidden gems.
yes.
And then next offseason, the Broncos will have a lot of cap space and they can start to do whatever they want. In
Greg
terms of like,
Dulcich,
let's
come
go
on.
sign these free agents. We have all our draft picks now, thank God, for a while. But yeah, I'll put the Broncos at finishing last. Can't suck. Won't suck.
All right, so you're having the Broncos finish last.
Yeah, I'm gonna. And one, to me, it's like a coin toss between the Broncos and Raiders still.
Yeah.
But just to keep my expectations low, yeah, I'll say last. Why should I have hope? I'm gonna wait for the preseason to falsely trick me into believing this team is great.
So you have 1 Chiefs, 2 Chargers, 3 Raiders, 4 Broncos.
Yes.
All right. I got 1 Chiefs, 2 Raiders, 3 Chargers, 4 Broncos. Again, I just really, really like the defense.